Good morning, everybody. I slept rough. Well, it was one of those nights sleeps where I woke up and I was like, ugh. You may be asking yourself, why am I already on camera without taking a shower and stuff? Well, because I'm actually going to get my hair cut. And I don't really take a shower from getting my hair cut until after, even though they do my hair, they wash my hair there. I'm weird like that. So, that's what I'm doing. Really glad to get my hair cut. My hair is just so thick, it gets so hot. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. All right, I got my hair cut. Woo! It's funny, I was walking out of the place and they're like, what were they saying? I think they said, like, thank you for coming to get your hair cut. And I said, you too. And it always reminds me of, what's that comedian's name? I completely forgot his name. Darn it. I listened to him a lot. Well, I have listened to him a lot in the past. I'll remember. It's not Jim Gaffigan. It's, what is his name? Brian Regan. That's his name. He does that whole thing about saying you too to people where it's like you're at a restaurant and they're like, thank you for joining us. You too! You know, like, thank you for choosing McDonald's. You too! That kind of a thing. And it was just, that's what I did. And I caught myself. They're like, thank you for coming here to get your cut. And I said, you too. You as well. You. I didn't know what I was gonna. I think I laughed and just said thank you. So now I'm gonna go home and get a shower and get the rest of the hair and stuff off me. Get their demo like stuff, like hair stuff out of my hair. Do my own thing. Then I'm gonna get some Publix subs, which is never disappointing ever, and go have lunch with my wife tonight. Having dinner with my mom. Going to Longhorn Steakhouse, so that'd be a lot of fun. I am very tired. I had a really long few days at work. My body's just physically exhausted, so I'm probably debating what I think I'm gonna grab my notebook and some of my other stuff and just write. I don't know where though, not at home, somewhere else, so I'll figure it out. So right now I'm gonna go back home, take a shower. All right, everybody, well, I'm all showered, ready to go. Got my backpack. I got David Mamet's Glengarry Glen Ross in my backpack. I got Foundations of a Screenwriting, screenplay by Sid Fields. I have the Godfather annotated screenplay. I have my notebooks. I have all forms of inspiration with me. I really brought Mamet's play for inspiration in terms of some dialogue. He's like the king of dialogue, in my opinion, of street kind of dialogue, not, sophisticated. Most of the characters in his plays are like mid to lower class guys, and so that's kind of what I need. Whereas my other favorite screenwriter, Aaron Sorkin, most of the people that he deals with are people like that I love, are people that, the stuff that he writes of things that I love it's a different way of speaking. It's very dialogue heavy, just like David Mamet. But his, I feel like, is more, I don't know. I think he does great with very uncompromising, intelligent people. And sometimes, nice people. But there's some intelligence in what his dialogue is. He's great at doing really all kinds of dialogue, but when it comes to people that really are sure of themselves and know what they are talking about in terms of, being fast on their feet, that kind of thing, he's the way to go. But David Mamet is the same way, but he's more of a street kind of dialogue-driven writer, to where you really feel like you're listening to real conversations. And Aaron Sorkin's like that too, but you get kind of a, he likes, he has like a lot of monologue type things which are great. But with mine, what I'm going for is a street style David Mamet. So why not take inspiration from one of my two favorite writers? So that's what's in the backpack. Got my fresh cut going. I'm gonna go pick up lunch, have lunch with my wife, and then sit down somewhere and do this. All right, everybody. Well, I did a good solid hour or so of writing. I was really working on a breakthrough detail that I've been really trying to think about, and I came up with the breakthrough idea. I wrote, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to incorporate this. This is one of those things that there's like, you know, the main story, but then there's those under the surface type things that you see details along the way, then they're confirmed and solidified by the end. It's one of those things I made a big breakthrough on, because the thing is about writing a screenplay that's so close to a real life scenario, and writing a story in particular, you know, I've written many short stories, started writing my own novel, but I've completed probably like 100 short stories in my life. And when you're trying to do something believable, like that's something that takes place like kind of in the real world, I'm not sure if I spit a little bit there, something that takes place in the real world that's supposed to be real world grittiness, like it's not supposed to be any kind of level of fantasy. It has to be believable. And the thing is, you could come up with ideas for stories and you already know the endings and stuff, but literally every step along the way has to be believable. You can't just like pull a rabbit out of a hat. And then you start getting in a territory where it's like, okay, this is just outrageous, that would never happen. And I try to avoid that kind of stuff. I want everything in this, what I'm doing right now, to be so believable that it could happen. And I'm actually basing it on real stories that I've heard in terms of like scenarios, not the plot at all. The plot is something I have never seen ever, and that's why I was so excited for something so original. But there's some details that I'm inspired by with other things, not copying them like David Mamet. I'm like not actually copying any of his dialogue. I'm really just being inspired by his timing and the wittiness of the dialogue. And so when I read it, it inspires me to kind of come up with my own thing. It's kind of like, you know, watching movies to inspire you to write a movie or to, you know, come up with your own movie of your own. So it's all about inspiration and using that inspiration to help. The way I see inspiration, like bringing David Mamet's book and the Godfather screenplay, the way I see inspiration is you have a seed and the inspiration is the water that helps it grow. That's how I've always looked at inspiration. And so some people might say, you know, well, like a lot of people, there's some people that say Brian De Palma rips off Alfred Hitchcock. I say that he is inspired by Hitchcock, and you can't really put a copyright on being inspired and homages and stuff like that unless you're like being blatant. But I'm on the side of that, think that Brian De Palma is amazing at doing what Hitchcock did and bringing a different element to it, not necessarily making it better, because I don't think anybody is ever going to be able to do what Hitchcock did better than Hitchcock, but it's all about he brings his own thing to it. It's not like Gus Van Sant's Psycho, that is like literally a scene by scene almost, you know, rip off. I'm not going to say rip off, but you know what I mean. And there's even things about that movie, I don't think it's a rip off at all. They went by the exact same shooting script as, for the most part, the exact same script that Alfred Hitchcock used. So, okay. So there was something, you know, they basically went off the same script. The original script writer is the one who's credited for the remake. And for the most part, you know, it is scene for scene. I'm not going to say shot for shot, because there is some very minor differences. Of course, maybe some character, the way some of the characters are played are different. I'm not here to debate the movie. I don't think it's horrific. I'm I saw it when it came out. I saw it one other time. That's probably about it for me. But I'm just referring to, the difference between somebody doing that than what Brian De Palma does. He literally is inspired and it makes his movies almost like an homage, and in some ways is inspired by the way the scripts are and the way the plot moves. Whereas the actual plot itself is different. As similar as some things may be, they are different. So I just think that Hitchcock was the water for Brian De Palma's seeds. I can no longer sit back and allow communist infiltration, communist indoctrination. I just started thinking about Dr. Strangelove when I'm talking about watering seeds. Yeah, so I just use all that other stuff as like, not influence, but more like inspiration. And because of that, today I really had a breakthrough with something that I would say is not the thread. I mean, I would say it's the thread. It's almost like the piece of thread that holds everything together without actually having a direct influence on the plot. It's like a bookend type thing, but then it's also weaved throughout a little bit. And that's what I'm referring to, and I got it. Woohoo! Whew. It is hot outside today for sure. I really need to go through these DVDs that I have down here. I really need to get them upstairs. I keep talking about it. I haven't done it in a while. Just haven't really been up to it because I'll go through that period where I'm like really trying to like organize stuff, but I don't feel like going through that right now. So I need to clean up my part of the couch really quick. I had to use my backpack to if you're asking why, you know what, let me hook this to my selfie stick. Hold on one second, everybody. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, I had to use my backpack, so I like took out all the streaming stuff that I usually keep in my backpack because I move to different areas of the house and I do different streaming things at other places for like other reasons, not just my YouTube channels. So I'm just cleaning up because I wanted to put all my writing stuff inside of my backpack. I wanted to use that. So yeah, put my keys up. All right. I don't know really what I'm gonna do. I think my wife gets off like an hour and a half. Might try to watch a movie with her later, but first I think I'm gonna go ahead and watch some American Buffalo. Started it just to kind of get a feel for it the first like 10 minutes the other night. Loved it. Went to bed. Now I'm going to rewatch it from beginning to end. Maybe I'll be inspired, So let me put it in my Blu-ray player. I really wish Twilight Time would get the rights to do... I really just want the Spanish Prisoner, David Mamet's Spanish Prisoner, on Blu-ray. It needs a Blu-ray release so bad. Let me see. Do I have it over here? Hold on. I keep talking about it and I want to be able to show it to y'all. I think I got it in like... I think I have it in one of my DVD bags. Hold on real quick. Because I know some of you guys, it's not really a huge mainstream movie. So I want to be able to show you. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Let's see. Yeah, it's in these bags somewhere. But I'm not going to. Man, are you serious? Remember I told you the other day I watched Stand By Me? I couldn't find my DVD, and so I thought I traded in a while back because I never picked up the Blu-ray for some reason. and I couldn't find it. So I thought I traded it at Movie Stop a while back. So I bought it, well, I rented it on Comcast because I didn't have it. Of course, I rented it in HD because I didn't think I had it. And I just looked in this bag, which I did that night. I looked in the bag to make sure, and look, I have it right here. Well, at least I paid to watch it in HD, so. But it's all good because still, if I didn't watch it, I wouldn't have been as inspired with stuff as I am today. You know what? For those of you who are wondering what The Spanish Prisoner is, I'll just, throw a movie poster right here and maybe a little plot synopsis, like paragraph. So I'll put that right here because you guys have probably heard me talking about it a lot. So it'll be right here. All right, everybody. Well, this afternoon, kind of just chilled out, watched a movie, watched Snake Eyes. I haven't watched it since last year. Being a Brian De Palma film, I was in the mood to watch something that was kind of short, but then kind of different in terms of storytelling, since I'm going through this creative process of the screenwriting stuff. So, but anyways, it's almost 6 o'clock, and we are going to be going to dinner with my mom, and as a belated birthday dinner for her. So I don't know, like whenever we do these kind of things, I don't know if I'll get any footage of there or not, but either way, that's where we're on our way to. So I'll see you in a second.
Okay. Is this on your blog tonight?
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, Mom.
Hey, Ryan.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
She's 35 today.
I wish. That means you haven't been born yet.
Yeah, I don't know what to add to that. But I wasn't going to be... Never mind. I can't keep this going. I'm running out of jokes. I got a rare steak with some mashed taters. And it's going to be good eating. Hey everybody, well, I had a great time with my mom tonight. Me and my wife came home and felt like watching a great movie. So, popped in the Blu-ray of The Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie so much. I've loved it since it came out. It was actually the first time my wife has seen it from beginning to end, and she loved it. So I was very happy to to see that. One thing that me and her both do, which we both it's just how we are. Let me know if you guys are down below. But when we watch a movie, we don't turn it off until after the credits. We watch all the way to the end. Because, in my opinion, and she, believes the same thing, that part of the movie experience is the relief, almost like, the movie has its resolution, but the score keeps on going. Usually, for most movies, it's the score. And this year we've been together for 10 years. We haven't been married for 10 years, but we've been together for 10 years this year. And we've always just done that. I've always stayed in the theater until the end anyways, because to me, when I walk out beforehand, it's disrespectful to the people who made the movie, because the credits, yes, I'm not reading every single name, but I'm still there listening to the music, seeing some of the names, some of the stuff, the music, everything. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks that, because every time I go to the movies, there's probably half the people stay in there until the end. At least whenever I go. So we do the same thing here. So we listen to, the Thomas Newman score. I love Thomas Newman, everything that he's done. And his score for The Shawshank Redemption is extraordinary. very uplifting. And it's one of the, if you notice the movie, you hear little cues of the score throughout the film, and you don't hear it with the full orchestra until the end. The climax of the picture, I guess you could say. But for those who haven't seen it, when the resolution comes to pass, the music, the full score, full orchestra plays the score, so it all comes together, and it goes through the end credits as well. And to me, that's just as important as watching the actual movie, is experiencing the score. And sometimes without the actual pictures, and that allows you to kind of brings you back into the real world slowly and not jarring. It lets you think about the images you just saw with the music still playing, and I think it's very important. So I always stay in the theater until the end. And I know there's some people out there that have worked in movie theaters and they can't stand that because they're like, we can't get in there and clean. But guess what? If I'm paying $11 for a movie, I'm gonna sit there until the last frame. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So now I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Not really tired yet. I'll be going to bed soon though because of tomorrow. Tomorrow, running some errands in the morning. Going to get to my massage. I haven't had a massage in years, and I haven't really talked about it on any of my YouTube channels, but about maybe on my other channel at one point I talked about it. But in 2013, I was I was an assistant teacher at a school. I mentioned that back then on my YouTube channel. I was an assistant teacher at a school, and during the summer I worked at a specialty grocery store. Kind of like a Whole Foods kind of store. Oh, what the hey. It was at Fresh Market. I worked at Fresh Market. And through what initially started was here at this house, way over there, there's stairs. One morning I got up and started walking down the stairs, and I missed the first step, and I fell all the way down and slammed my lower back. And then immediately after that I went to work. Should not have went back to work. Should have rested. And I pulled a muscle in my lower back from throwing the truck, aka unloading a truck with everybody else. And turns out I actually had a little slip disc in my back, and when I fell down the stairs I I pinched my sciatic nerve. It took about 6 months for me to completely heal. I had to keep quiet about it at my job at Fresh Market because I wouldn't have been able to. It was during the summer, and I wasn't working in the school during the summer, so I had that other part-time job doing that during the summer, and I needed that job, so I didn't say anything. So I worked through the pain, had doctors, checking up on me because of my age. I didn't have to, and just how my body is, I didn't have to. You don't have to have surgery unless you can't really heal it. I had to let my slip disc in my back heal itself, and because it was just minor, and it actually, I don't think it was like completely like a slip disc, but a disc was a bulging disc, and it can naturally heal itself if you rest and stuff. So it took about 6 months for it to heal because I had to keep working. And so that and my sciatic nerve pain, I was in extreme pain for a long time. In fact, I will tell you the area of my main channel when that was going on. It was around the time, it was when my hair was longer on my main channel. It was probably like back in 2013. I think it was yeah, my hair was longer. I think I had done some, yeah, my hair was longer. It was when my, yeah, my hair was longer. I keep saying that. But I actually, every night for about 6 months, I had to fill up an ice cooler, and it was an ice machine that um, filtered cold water through a what do they call it? Like um, like a pad, like a cooling pad for your back, and it filtered water. I had to sleep on that. I laid it on the bed, and it filtered cold water through it, and it kept my back iced. I slept like that for 6 months. Was in excruciating pain. I was taking non-addictive pain medicine, which are not nearly as strong as the addictive kind, but I don't want to ever get addicted to medication, so I always ask for the lower dosage type stuff. This is how I've always been. And I ended up healing up just fine. I haven't had any issues since. None. And, but because that happened, my back off and on aches, almost like when you, like, if you bruise, like if you fall on your knees and you bruise your knees really bad, you can kind of feel it for years. If you break your, a finger or a wrist, like, if you get stressed out and you're using it a lot, um, you feel sore. That's how my back is. And so a couple days out of the month, I'll have a couple days where that area that was all messed up for that period of time will ache. And so I'm doing great now, but I've always wanted to, start getting some massages to kind of help the therapy with that and keep it in check. And tomorrow is my first one. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm not doing this because I haven't had back pain in weeks. And even then, like, it's not like how it was then. I'm just finding an excuse to get me a darn massage. I've never really done it before. In this capacity, it'll be a full hour massage. I'm very much looking forward to it. So you guys will see how it is because I'm going to be filming tomorrow. Obviously not in the massage place, but I will be filming, and you will see me before, which is going to be like this, and then after, which is going to be. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I could just keep on talking forever. Whoa, I almost dropped my phone then. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you stay in touch with me. I haven't heard from some of you guys lately. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys are up to. How is everything going in your life? Have you seen any good movies lately? Let me know. Have you read any good books lately? What are you doing? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.